Good morning. It's Thursday, October 16th. Here's what we're working on. Israel has received the remains of 2 more hostages after admitting a previously returned body was misidentified, putting the ceasefire deal at risk.
A man serving an 18-year sentence for killing 3 people from 6 nations of the Grand River has died in prison.
Fly ball, right center field. It's hit well. Robles going back. It's gone!
And phew, the Blue Jays offense comes alive in Game 3 with a win over Seattle. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm really looking forward to seeing the highlights in your sports wrap because it's like I saw none of the game last night, didn't hear any of it. I went to bed beforehand.
It was a raucous game. The Jays did well. And we'll see Game 4 tonight.
Yeah, but it's even later tonight.
I know. Why does Seattle have to be 3 time zones away?
So we'll pick up on it tomorrow morning, I guess.
Yes, we will.
That's what we will happen for us. Okay, let's get you into this Thursday morning. What a beautiful day it's going to be again today. Lovely sunshine. The sky is clear right now. However, it's a touch on the cool side. Our temperature at the moment is sitting at 3 degrees. Frost advisory in effect for Halton, for Peel, and for the Niagara region. Niagara Falls, the southern Niagara tier, that's all. But otherwise, it's a chilly start to our morning. We will climb to, again, like yesterday, seasonal today, about 14 degrees. Tomorrow, a slim chance of a shower, and we'll fill in all the details on that coming up. Speaking of filling in, that's what's happening in traffic this morning, starting to fill in here a little bit. The 403 and Waterdown Road, that's our exclusive camera, doing okay right now. We'll check some MTO traffic cameras, see if we can spot anything going on. We did have a disabled vehicle off to the side, right there, heading away from us, Nikola Tesla Boulevard toward the Skyway Bridge, but it's now gone. South of 2, which is after the Skyway, heading toward North Shore Boulevard. Nothing there. East of 4th, all looks good this morning. As usual, this time of the day, we'll look at weather and traffic. We'll fill in the details on that coming up right now. The news.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, Israel has received the remains of 2 more hostages hours after the Israeli military said that one of the bodies previously returned was not that of a hostage. It put the ceasefire deal in a precarious position. Things have been updated now. Here's Simone Gavras with the latest.
Well, Anna, just a few hours ago, the Israeli military says that they've identified the remains of the 2 hostages returned by Hamas. One is 27-year-old Inbar Heyman, and the other is 39-year-old Sergeant Major Mohammed Al-Atresh. Now, both were killed during the attack on October 7th, 2 years ago. In Judaism, burial is essential for spiritual closure. Now, the remains were waiting identification after being transferred by the Red Cross at a meeting point in Gaza City. The ceasefire called for all hostages, living or dead, to be handed over by the Monday deadline. 9 bodies have been returned so far, but reports say there are still 19 yet to be released by Hamas. Hamas says that all the bodies that can be accessed have been returned. Meantime, more than 45 bodies of Palestinians were brought back from Israel, bringing that total up to 90. This is also an element of the ceasefire agreement. The forensics team is working to identify everyone, but so far say that some of the remains showed signs of physical abuse. Now, more bodies are expected to be brought over in the coming days. Israel says the next phase of the truce calls for Hamas to disarm and cede power, which they've so far yet to do so. For now, things back over to you, Rick.
Thank you, Simone. The suspect in the sexual assaults of a 3-year-old in Welland is expected in court again early next month. Dozens of people were waiting for a court appearance yesterday in St. Catharines, which didn't happen. They were protesting the scheduled bail hearing for 25-year-old Daniel Senecal, who's facing 6 charges. They include aggravated assault, sexual interference on a person under 16, and choking. Senecal is a registered sex offender and was arrested after a break-in at the child's home in late August. People in the community launched a petition after the arrest, demanding more from the criminal justice system.
Changing the legislation, the bail reform, and to keep sexual predators in jail for the duration of a time. I mean, it's short enough as it is.
In the situation of this tragic incident in Welland, we see that we need to put a stop to early release, particularly of sexual offenders on children.
That's Niagara South MP Fred Davies, who plans to bring the petition forward in the House of Commons next week. By that time, organizers hope to have close to 30,000 signatures.
Niagara police are looking for a man after a sexual assault in Welland. It happened very early yesterday near Woodlawn Road and Clare Avenue in Welland. A man approached a woman who was out for a walk, sexually assaulted her, and tried to pull her into a wooded area. He stopped when she was able to get to her phone. Police are looking for a man in his early 20s with a short, heavy build and a full black beard. They say he spoke with a heavy Middle Eastern accent. He was wearing a gray zip-up sweater with writing on the back and black sweatpants.
Niagara police are looking for a second suspect in connection with the discovery of a woman's body in a Niagara Falls parking lot. Police are looking for 38-year-old Ryan Mader of Niagara Falls, who's charged with indignity to a body. Police already arrested 43-year-old Christopher St. Louis of Niagara Falls and charged him with indignity to a body. Yesterday, police were called to the area of Main Street and Ferry Street in the Falls and discovered the body of a 22-year-old woman. The cause of death remains under investigation.
A man serving an 18-year sentence for killing 3 people from 6 nations at the Grand River has himself died in prison. Correctional Service Canada says Nicholas Shipman died October 2nd. Shipman started serving a sentence at the Millhaven Institution in 2022 after pleading guilty to 3 counts of manslaughter in the deaths of Melissa Miller, Alan Porter, and Michael Jamieson. All 3 were killed after an argument at a house party. Correctional Service Canada is reviewing the circumstances surrounding Shipman's death. The cause has not been released.
Haldimand OPP say the victim who died in a collision near Hagersville Tuesday was a 95-year-old from Lowbanks near Long Beach. The collision happened at the intersection of Highway 3 and Haldimand Road 20. The 95-year-old was a passenger in a minivan that collided with a transport truck. The driver of the minivan was taken to hospital with undetermined injuries, and the truck driver was not hurt.
A man pulled from a burning apartment on Hamilton Mountain earlier this month has died. The fire broke out in a low-rise apartment building on Mohawk Road near Upper Ottawa on Saturday, October 4th. While searching inside, firefighters found a 34-year-old man who was unresponsive. They revived him, but he died earlier this week in hospital. His name has not been released. Now, the fire marshal's office is still working to find out exactly where that fire started in the building. An investigation by the Hamilton Police Arson Unit has determined the cause of the fire was accidental.
Sportsline, it was a virtual must-win for the Blue Jays in Seattle last night in Game 3 of the ALCS, and boy, did they deliver. For the second game in a row, however, the Mariners jumped out to an early lead when Julio Rodriguez crushed a 2-run homer off Shane Bieber in the bottom of the first inning. J-Rod hit a 3-run blast in the first inning of Game 2 on Tuesday in Toronto to propel Seattle to a 2-0 series lead. But Bieber quickly settled down by striking out the side in the second inning, and then Toronto's offense woke up from its slumber in the third.
Fly ball, right center field. It's hit well. Robles going back. It's gone.
Andres Jimenez tied the game at 2-2 with a 2-run dinger to right center field, his first career playoff home run, and the Jays were not done there. After Nathan Lucas scored from third on a wild pitch to give the Jays their first lead of the game, Dalton Varsho drilled George Kirby's pitch off the right field wall, scoring 2 more runs, and suddenly it's 5-2 for Toronto. George Springer then delivered a solo shot in the top of the 4th inning, his second long ball of the series. That extended Toronto's lead to 6-2, and an inning later, it was Vladdy's turn. Guerrero Jr. hammering a first pitch slider from Kirby for his 4th home run of the playoffs to extend the lead to 7-2. The Jays would tack on 6 more runs in the final 4 innings to take Game 2 by a score of 13-4. The victory gets Toronto back in this series, with Seattle now up 2-1.
We're taking it 1 game at a time, really, and I think that I'm really happy with the way we played today and the way we executed a game plan, and we're going to have to do it again tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's just 1 day at a time right now.
41-year-old Max Scherzer gets the ball for Toronto in Game 4 tonight. The Mariners will counter with Luis Castillo. First pitch at T-Mobile Park is 8:33 p.m. After losing their first 3 games of the season and being outscored 10-2, the Buffalo Sabres found their game last night.
Chance for an odd man rush. 3 Sabres up ice. Pass across. Quinn
Jack Quinn, Jason Zucker, and Ryan McLeod each scored 2 goals as Buffalo buried the Senators 8-4. The Sabres went 3 for 3 on the power play. They also scored a shorthanded goal. The Raptors' 3-game winning streak in the NBA preseason ended after a last-second loss to the Celtics last night. Xavier Tillman hit the game-winning bucket with 1.4 seconds to go as Boston edged Toronto 110-108. Brandon Ingram led the Raps with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Toronto closes out the preseason tomorrow night when they host Brooklyn, and they'll start playing for real October 22nd in Atlanta. Tonight's game between the 4-1 Steelers and 2-4 Bengals in Cincinnati will mark only the 3rd regular season game between 40-year-old starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Pittsburgh's Aaron Rodgers and new Cincy quarterback Joe Flacco are combined 81 years old.
Yeah, I think it's great great for all the old guys, you know. I know that when I watch other sports, maybe it's because I'm the older guy, but I tend to pull for the older guys to win.
This will be the 4th matchup between 2 quarterbacks, and Rodgers has won the previous 3. Of note, the Steelers are 1-9 on Thursdays since 2009. And it sounds like Lakers star LeBron James is aiming to start his season in mid-November as he deals with sciatica in his right side. He was initially ruled out for 3 to 4 weeks.
I like that, pulling for the older guys. Yay! All right, it's 6:11. We're getting there, It's Thursday. Yep, 16th of October, and it's a chilly start. We'll talk about that in a sec. First of all, looking at traffic. Here's the 403, Waterdown Road, our exclusive camera. It's busier, obviously, coming out of Hamilton towards us, but it's just volume starting to build in a little bit there. Nothing going on. MTO traffic cameras, St. Catharines at Ontario Street, doing okay. Same with Nikola Tesla Boulevard. Basically, that's how our cameras look east of Brant Street, Ford plant in Oakville, all the way through Mississauga at Dixie. Nothing going on this morning so far. Take it carefully, please. Check our temperature that we have in Hamilton right now. Our temperature, it's just dropped 1. We're now down to 2 degrees, and it could fall even further, but that's the overnight low that was forecast. Winds are light, humidity 89%, comfortable. The sky is perfectly clear. Stars are out. It's a lovely start, if a little bit chilly. We should climb to 14 today. That is seasonal for this time of year. Lovely sunshine, light winds for school today. A nice day. Air quality risk, no problems there. Once again, low risk category. Ridge of high pressure is going to give us the sunshine for the day today. So no problems today. Tonight, that sky will stay clear. Tomorrow, an approaching disturbance could give us a shower late in the day. It's a slim chance of a shower. Otherwise, we'll get back to some sunshine as we get into Saturday and unsettled for Sunday. But for today, temperatures anywhere from 13, 14, 15, much like yesterday. Lovely sunshine temperatures around seasonal. Now tonight, you will notice there is a minus number here, -1 for Brantford. So there, definitely frost. Otherwise, 0, 2, 3 degrees for tonight, much like it was last night and this morning. And then tomorrow, a sun cloud mix to a mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures in some areas could hit 17, but there is a slim chance of a shower late in the day. It's only a 30% chance of showers as that disturbance goes by us. So 16th morning of October, stepping out the door. Yeah, the temperature is now sitting at 2 degrees. The winds are light, thankfully, and the sky is clear. We'll look at the long range coming up. Right.
Okay, right after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily with a preview of what she has on Chit Chat. And in business news, relief is on the way very soon for Canada's softwood lumber sector as the federal government steps up to protect them against tariffs. Just after 6:16, time to say good morning to Emily.
Hi, good morning. I'm gone for 1 day and you guys can't talk about her? You know what I'm talking about.
We saved it for Emily. I think we saved it for you. Yeah.
You didn't talk about Taylor Swift.
I don't think we did.
You did not.
Oh, you looked.
I sure did. Sure did. We're talking about her today. She's breaking another record.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not Chit Chat without Taylor. Little Tay-Tay. Okay, and we're taking a look at a new movie called Rebuilding. It looks very sad, but very good. And James Cameron has a new documentary coming out showcasing how the Avatar movies are made, and it is very cool.
Okay.
Looking forward to that. Thanks,
Or
Emily.
Taylor Swift. That's what you're looking forward to.
Yes,
It's not looking into how the Eras tour was made.
Not again.
Could be. Could be. Okay, thanks very much, Emily. In overseas trading this morning, the Canadian dollar is up a couple of basis points to 71.25 cents U.S. Gold is up $44 an ounce, another $44 after reaching another record yesterday. Speaking of records, oil also up 45 cents to $58.71 a barrel. Checking midday trading in Europe, so London and Frankfurt are both down at this hour. Paris markets are up just a little bit.
Checking the markets in Asia, mixed today with both Tokyo and Shanghai up. Hong Kong, however, was down. North American markets at the close of trading yesterday, the TSX was up 283 points. The Dow Jones dipped 17. The Nasdaq climbed 148.
Financial relief is on the way for Canada's softwood lumber sector as it reels with even higher U.S. tariffs. Within days, operators will be able to access $700 million through loans and credit. Industry Minister Mélanie Joly says the government's providing the funding through banks backstopped by the Business Development Bank of Canada. In the long term, she adds the government is also working on a Buy Canada policy to ensure that Canadian homes, big projects and infrastructure are built with Canadian softwood. Donald Trump imposed an additional 10% on imported softwood, up to 45%, with new tariffs also on cabinets, bathroom vanities, and upholstered furniture.
The Canadian Real Estate Association has trimmed its housing market forecast for the remainder of 2025, citing economic uncertainty and buyer hesitation earlier this year. Home sales fell just over 1% in September, with roughly 473,000 properties changing hands nationwide. Prices are forecast to fall 1.4% to an average of $677,000, mostly due to weaker markets in Ontario and BC. But the outlook for 2026 is more optimistic, as sales are expected to rebound by nearly 8%, crossing the 500,000 mark again, while the average price is projected to climb back towards $700,000.
Bank of America is being sued over its alleged ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The class action lawsuit was filed in U.S. federal court on behalf of a Jane Doe and other Epstein victims. The Jane Doe plaintiff says she was abused by Epstein over 8 years. The lawsuit alleges she was told to open an account at the bank, and Epstein and his accountant would transfer money into it. The lawsuit also alleges the transaction should have been flagged as being suspicious, which banks are required to monitor and report on. The lawsuit says the Bank of America didn't report the suspicious activities until after Epstein died in 2019.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Brian is going to be back with your traffic and 7-day weather forecast. Good morning.
All right, coming up on 6:23 on this Thursday morning, let's check what's happening on the roads. Now, no problems through the Niagara Peninsula, all the way through Stony Creek, across the Skyway, but now we are starting to see quite the slowdown here. This is the camera just south of 2, what they call, it's basically the North Shore Boulevard camera. So coming off the Skyway is getting a little bit busy, and you can see all the way into the distance, heading around past North Shore Boulevard to Fairview, along to Brant Street is getting fairly slow. East of 4th Line is now starting to pack up a little bit, getting slow there. Lauren Park doesn't want to play. Here's the 403 at Dundas Street. Nothing to see in either direction. So things are moving fairly nicely so far today. Now, if you are hitting the road today, Fuel Day is back at Circle K's across the country. Tyler Ramswack, the Director of Merchandising at Circle K Canada, is here with some more.
Fuel Day today from 3 to 6 p.m. is a way of us giving back to our communities. So at the pumps, you can save 10 cents a liter on gas, as well as save in store. Even more impactful, we're giving back to our communities as well, with donations going towards our Children's Health Network. How that works is for every pump and every fill up, we will donate $1 to the Children's Health Network, and we will match, as Circle K, up to $50,000. To go even further, in store, if you purchase select items, we will also donate the gross proceeds. So Circle K favorites water, Reese's peanut butter cups, some of our favorite chocolate bars for our customers, BeFit protein shakes, as well as Great Canadian Meat pepperoni sticks.
Let's get an update on our temperatures that we have at the moment. Now, we were 3 degrees last hour. We've come down to 2 this hour. 5 Mississauga, 7 Toronto, 8 for Grimsby. Not bad there. So for seasonal temperatures this time of year, 13 now for the daytime high. It dipped 1 today, 4 for the overnight low. Sun doesn't come up till 7:34 this morning, and those are our records for today. And yeah, it's going to be a nice, bright, sunny day for school today. We should be 6 degrees for the first bell and blue sky, and then after school, there's that forecast high for 14 degrees in the sun. So that's the way it shapes up for the day today. The winds will be fairly light. The UV index will be moderate. Tonight, back down to 2 degrees. Some areas could get some frost once again. Tomorrow, it'll be a sun-cloud mix, but late in the day, there's a slim chance of a shower. Saturday so far still looks good, sunny and 20. Then we get into some showers. It's going to be fairly cloudy. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures start to come down from 18 on Sunday. We'll dip all the way to 12 on Wednesday, and some showers in the forecast. That's a look at your forecast. Annette, Rick.
All right, thank you, Brian. The Great Pumpkin Trail will be lit up tonight at the Royal Botanical Gardens.
The ticketed and timed event runs evenings until Sunday, and then again next Friday to Sunday. It features 10,000 pumpkins. What you won't see on the 1 kilometer-long trail in the Hendry Valley is all the hard work that went into setting this up. Nearly 100 volunteers helped carve hundreds of jack-o'-lanterns yesterday. Adam Atkinson did a really great story last night on the evening news at 6 on all their hard work and all the fun that they had. Be sure and catch Adam's full story at CHCH.com, because I think it's one of the best stories he's ever done.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's really, really good.
Some of the shots he's got and the people he spoke to.
He put cameras in the pumpkins. It's very cool.
A large pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. Stay with us. We'll have more fun coming up after the break here on Morning Live. Good morning. Oh, scary. Oh.